for assignment that we started on Tuesday, the PowerPoint, and it's about cybersecurity also. So let me switch to my,
Excuse me, Mr. Vasquez.
Yeah.
Would you be kind enough to kind of like review with all of us which companies that you think are for the antiviruses and some of the things that what happens, like if you have multiple computers in your home and you have one policy, does it cover all of it? I mean, just some basic information, maybe during a class that we can learn from you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I always recommend to you to, usually if you have a new computer, it comes already preloaded with if you have Windows 10, Windows has their own antivirus already activated, and it's free. You don't have to pay a penny. It's
Okay.
already and it has a firewall too. Although they're not as effective as a commercial one. Of course, anything that you get free, is not going to be 100% effective. So if you want something nice, you pay for it. You know how they say it. I use not only I use a free one, but I've been using it for years. It's called Avast. That's my antivirus. I'll show you a little bit here. Let me run it really quick because this one runs and it's really good. It blocks any website that is infected. It checks the website before I go into them. So it doesn't. As a matter of fact, they don't check it as soon as I type that website or click on something. They already have a database and they compare it to the database and then they give it to me if it's a valid website. If it's infected, then they stop the connection to it. So and I see it a lot of times. Let me show you my antivirus, and this is free. You can download it from the website. This is Avast. So Avast is a free antivirus. It is it's pretty good about protecting you against viruses and against online attacks. So this is good and it's free. I can go premium and pay more for it if I need to. But here it is, the upgrade. It's what's $1.89 a month, and it will give me all these protections. The one I have right now only blocks viruses and ransomware.
Can you use that when you have like web root? Can you do that too? Have both of them?
The thing is you can't have more than one because then your computer is gonna get really slow, and you got like a lot of people, doing the same task that a company was gonna happen. It's gonna be a mess. So you need to have like a specific person or team assigned to do it. So one antivirus per computer is fine. You don't want to have two because two is better than one. Not really, not in computers because it will create more traffic for your computer and your system will be really slow. So you don't want that. Yeah, this one it says, I don't pay I don't get the premium. I just get the antivirus free. So it says it doesn't have all these things, stops webcam spying, all these things. And I have a what is it? The antivirus from Microsoft already does that. So with the two combined, it's pretty good.
Is WebRoot good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Mm-hmm. This one, look at, I can run the smart scan right now. It's warming up. We're preparing for your smart scan as you're seeing it right now. What it is running right now on the memory to see if there's any threats, browser threats. So it's scanning all my browsers to see if there are any threats. No browser threats were found. So now it's gonna go to outdated applications. Because remember what happens if it's an outdated application, it could be infected. No outdated applications, so everything is fine. I'm gonna go to the next one, virus and malware. This is gonna check a scan for malware or viruses. And how is it doing it? It's doing it on the what is it on the services and programs that are running on my computer.
So many people here like are either on laptops, like I think Keith is on a laptop, right Keith? Are you on a laptop or a desktop?
No, I'm on a desktop.
I'm on a laptop, a Dell computer.
Oh, okay. So
working, but I'm watching all of you on my Mac computer, which I've never downloaded any software, anti-software of anything for my Mac.
I'm gonna tell you, the Mac is one of those systems that is lucky because they don't have that many viruses for Macs, but their website phishing and malware for all the systems, okay? Because they can infect the browser not necessarily the operating system, okay?
Uh,
If you
so
have
the,
Google
so the,
Chrome, gets infected really easy. Safari, not to mention it. So yeah, you still exposed if you don't have an antivirus.
so the question that I was asking is because we all are using different devices and so forth. So if we got a new one and we already had an antivirus like the web root, for example, or we did the Avast, if we already were established with WebRoot and you get a new computer, and because it comes with the antivirus, as you said, would you then want to tell your provider, like WebRoot, add my new computer on, or just leave it plain?
But you can add it, you know, if you're happy with the web root and it's not causing any problems, computers run fine, then you know I will.
You
If
just
that,
add it then. You just tell them to add it. Okay.
so if you want to add the license into it, it's fine. All my computers at home have a Avast Antivirus, and they never been infected at all. So it's pretty safe. And I've been using Avast for at least, I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know that.
It's pretty safe. So it didn't find.
Because if you do get a new computer and you already are paying for it, the company itself doesn't know you have a new computer. It's not going to cover the new computer. You have to inform them you have a new computer.
That you have to install the program on
The
the
web
new.
the web root, yeah.
Sometimes look at if you buy the licensing, it will cover so many computers. Like here, since on it, your computer is now safer, so it didn't find anything. Sometimes you know when he's getting to see if the PC. Well, he has other stuff here that I can do, and also I can do a scan when I'm not around. I can go to virus scans and I can do what is called a boot time scan. This one you set it up, and when you restart the computer before anything starts, it will check the whole system everywhere to see if there's something hidden or you know waiting in resting to be active a certain day, because there's some viruses that are like that.
Now
So
the question: the hackers, that they gonna be able to hack one of those viruses companies?
well, what it is this company. What these companies do is they're like me. I'm getting it free. So every time there's something, usually Avast sends a report, and they have a database of the different type of attacks and all that. So yeah, and my computer gets attacked, like yours is attacked too all the time. I know because sometimes I see the see boot time. See, already I do boot time scans all the time. I did my last one April 16th. So I'm always like every month I do one of these boot scans to make sure that there's nothing on it. And if you find something, it will tell me. So look, in this runtime, took an hour. It didn't find anything, no infected files. Here, let me see this one. So every once in a while, there are no infections here. It found 2 infected files. Look at back in October the 1st. If you guys can see these, let me just show it to you closer here. See, back in, oops, sorry, let me move this out of the way. Back on October the 1st, it took 43 minutes and it tested all my folders and it found 2 infected files. So infections happen all the time. So that's why you have to be running this thing. So the next day, 2 days later, I ran it again, and I ran this thing all the time to, every once in a while to make sure that my computers are protected. Not only do it on this one, but I also do it on my other computers, my wife's and my son's computers. So to make sure that nothing is infected. So yeah, it requires action. These things are serious. I mean, and for me, it's a risk because I do a lot of transactions online. Like I buy stuff from Amazon. Even look, if you're saying, yeah, well, I don't buy anything on the computer. I buy it on the phone. Your phone is connected to your network, to your home Wi-Fi. If they infect your computer, the whole Wi-Fi, the whole system is going to be infected. And so, not even your phone will be safe. So you always have to make sure that you have an antivirus on your phone. If you have an Android phone, it comes with one already preloaded, and it's pretty good. So there you have it. Let me go ahead and stop this and go to our assignment. This is
Oh,
just information, general information. It's because of the slides that we're creating. Let me switch to the slides right now here. Here. So the slide that we're working on is called common user threats. User being basically the user of the computer, okay? So let's go ahead and find this one, open it. And we created 4 slides for this. Oops,
5.
how it goes to my files. It'll be here.
Mr. Vasquez, before you click that on, it showed that upside down ice cream. What was that again?
Upside down.
There was a picture of that.
Right here. Oh, right
No,
now.
no, before this page came on. And yeah, it said something went wrong. Please try again.
No, because it didn't save exactly where I wanted it. It saved just on my Google Drive. I mean on my OneDrive.
Well, that's the problem I've been having with my Dell. And I get locked out and I can't activate my PowerPoint.
No, if you notice how I click and to go to my drive. So here it is what I was looking for. It's in my drive right here. So common user threats and vulnerabilities. That was our slide number 1. And slide number 2, we talk about no awareness of security. A lot of employees and most of us, you know, unless you're into computer like I am, you're not aware of all these threats that are out there. Users must be aware of sensitive data, security policies, procedures, technologies, and countermeasures provided to protect information and information systems. And like you say, okay, I don't do nothing on my computer other than the work right here. But don't forget that but it can come, the threat can come to your computer, but then go to your phone and other devices that you use around the house. So all the stuff can be exposed. And one of the things is data theft by users can cause organizations financially, resulting in damage to organizations' reputation or posing legal liability associated with disclosure of sensitive information. Unauthorized downloads. This is a common problem. People downloading games, music, photos on companies' computers. I always tell you know, my students, you know, that when they're at school, you know, when they're using the school, you don't put anything that is personal, because not only everybody can see it, but then, you know, you're exposing the company to download something that it could be illegal. So, and then finally, an unauthorized website. That's another thing, you know, an unauthorized website. Sometimes, you know, you wanna find something like a recipe and all that. It is very strange website where you, without knowing, there's the scripts, meaning there's code that automatically you go into the website, click here to continue. And you don't see nothing wrong with clicking here and continue, but click here is a download. It goes to your downloads and all of a sudden it installs by itself. And then your computer is already on a standby mode, meaning becoming what is called a bot, a computer bot that is able to be remotely controlled. So that happens, you know, that's something very common, that it happens a lot. Also, cameras and all that could be exposed. I know people put like a little tape on top of that, their laptop camera. That happens too. Okay. That's what they all.
Is it a good idea to turn your computer completely off in the evening or keep it on, or what's the best thing?
Let me tell you, I personally, when I'm done with my computer, I turn it off.
Me too.
Before I used to leave it on. I don't no more. I just turn it off. Okay. So that's the safest thing to do. Turn it off when you're done, and don't forget to run the scan, the antivirus scan. You know, if you have it, let me show you here on my if you have an antivirus scan right here, you'll see it over here where I'm pointing at. It's called the notification area right here. You'll see it here.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Mine is right here. This is my Avast Antivirus. Yours should be a little icon right here that you can click and then follow instructions on what to do to scan your system, because they don't scan automatically. You have to scan it unless you already set it up to scan automatically. I haven't though. I do it manually whenever I feel like a threat could be around. And I do these boot scans that are more in-depth and they take longer to perform. So for example, I can set it up right now, and then when I turn off my computer and tomorrow morning when I turn it back on, it will do the check before I can use it. So, you know, that's how I personally do it.
Is
Mr.
that also,
Vasquez,
oh, I'm sorry, Sue, go ahead.
Mr. Vasquez, are all the antivirus have a boot scan or just the one you have?
No, all of them, they all have it.
So how do you get on it? How do you find it?
It depends on the one you have. You have to follow instructions on the one you have. You click on the icon, it will bring up the program and then go from there. Like
Okay.
in my case, when I click on the on my icon, I can go to protection and it shows the virus scans, core shields. It has all kinds of stuff that I can click on. These are the ones that I need to pay for. See, the ones that have this. And not only Avast has this thing, but it also has for my browser, it comes with a web shield. It's the one that I was telling you that I actually checks the website before I go into it, and if the website is compromised by a virus or it's a phishing site, they call it, you know, where they trying to get your information, then it will block the connection to it.
Mr. Vasquez, I have a question. How much is that usually for a virus protection? Do you know?
This one is free. You can just download it. So you go to avast.com. Let me just type it. Avast and free antivirus step to 3D online protection. Download the and it downloads automatically. Join over 5 million people who trust Avast to keep them safe. So it's one of the if you look it up, it's one of the best antivirus software out there. Free. Of course, there's some that you can pay more for it and have more features. I'm happy with this.
Thank you.
And let me show you another website that is very interesting. If you don't have an antivirus right now, you're not sure, even Keith that is using a Mac laptop, you can go to Trend Micro. Trend Micro is a company that does online scans.
I'm sorry, what is the name of this?
Right now I'm typing online scanner. This one is actually will check the computer online remotely. So let me see where
Trend Micro.
Trend Micro is the company. Let me 309 scans. Trend Micro is called. And this company has been around. Okay. So you click on the ones. If you have a Mac, you click on Mac, and it will go. You accept the cookies here because I have to enable a program remotely. But this is a reputable company. Okay. So it will check your computer to see if you have any viruses. It checks also phones and all that. So, like in my case, I have Windows 64. I can click on this, and then it downloads a little like a little program, and then it will start my scanning.
So
you can also check your phones for spyware too.
This website has all that. So here's the file is downloaded here. It's called house call. So I can click on it and then run it. I'm not gonna install it because I already have the Avast. But if you didn't have it, you just run this program. You click on it, and it will do an online check with your computer, and it will clean it remotely too. And it's pretty safe. I used to use it before.
And this one's free as well.
Yeah, all these services. I'm just showing you free stuff. But remember, it's not the best. You know, if you want the best, you have to pay for it. So, but it's enough protection that will keep you safe. It will keep your computer, your systems safe. All right.
But when you use these free ones, do they bombard you with advertisements wanting you to upgrade and buy more stuff?
No, every once in a while you have the message, but then it goes away. Usually Avast is pretty discreet on that.
And this one is called
Trend Micro. The company is Trend Micro. Trend
Micro. Got it. Thank you.
House call is the name of the one. Detect and fix viruses, worms, spyware, and other malicious threats for free. So the program that they have free is called House Call. And then when you run it, it connects to their server, and from there it checks your computer for viruses. All right, class. Let's get back to this PowerPoint so we can finish the PowerPoint. And then we just need the picture. We have the 4 slides. So here, common user threats and vulnerabilities.
7 o'clock, Mr. Vasquez.
Oh my God! See.
Yeah, coffee time.
All right.
Oh, that's my job. It's 7 o'clock, Mr. Vasquez.
Oh my God! All right, class. I'm recording. And we put the pictures and the animations on this. Okay, so let me switch to my thing here. And let's start with slide number 1 and put a computer user graphic. Okay, so we're going to insert pictures, and then we can put well, because the name is common user thread, so we can put computer threats.
Computer threats.
Viruses, I don't know. Illegal threats. Well, let's see what we get on that.
Oh, viruses. Oh.
And then don't forget we don't. Okay, oh, there you go. Look at this.
Threats.
And we can go right here on the filter, and if you put clip art, it gives you clip art. And look at this is pretty good. Clip art is even better. Look at this. This is a nice pictures here that we can use for that.
How did you get the filter?
Computer thread, and then again, this is a nice one. Or even this.
Yeah, I was just wondering how you got to the computer art.
So this is a nice picture here. And then I can just blow it out here. One corner. I don't need
Mr.
this.
Vasquez, please review where you went to clip art on Bing. We're asking that.
That's the same thing that we always do. We go to insert Bing pictures,
Yeah.
and I put computer threats, and I gave me this.
Computer what?
Threats.
Correct.
Yes. And then you have checked under Bing Creative Common only, and that's where the clip art comes up. You check that?
There's a little filter, like a funnel. You click on the funnel, and then you filter and just select.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Clip art.
What's the size picture?
That's the funnel.
But it will be nice. We can probably make it really huge right here. Let's see what our little friend here says. Look at her friend says that this is pretty cool. See that? Or this is nice.
That's nice.
Use the designer to give you a better look at. Check this out. This is actually how I want it. See that on the side? It's my time. So find the picture and let the designer arrange it for you.
I love this designers.
I know it's such a good help.
Yeah. You just pick.
Pick the one. I like this one because look at the big picture next to it. It makes it look really nice.
Yeah.
So I like this design. And I like the picture too because it's one of those hackers.
That they don't have a face.
I'll tell you a brief story while you guys are looking for your picture. Years ago, when I was taking an online class about cybersecurity, I started messing around with basically I went to the deep web, which is a site where it's, all this crime happens and all these things. And this is years ago. And it was a place where you can, a lot of postings. You cannot access these websites with Google Chrome. Google Chrome doesn't work there. You need a special browser. And guess who developed that special browser to browse the deep web? The government. And hackers stole it from the government. Now it's free on the internet. You can download it. It's not illegal to download, but you don't want to download it in a site that could be compromised. And I was able to use that browser, and then and then browse the sites. This is years ago. I haven't done it in a long time. Because some of the sites are actually illegal because there's illegal activity going on. So I did it just for the class because it was part of one of the exercises that we needed to do.
Mhm.
It was the class was called ethical hacking, and we will learn how to ethically hack into systems and all that.
Oh.
One of the assignments was to browse the deep web, use the special software. It's called the Tor browser, or like Tor, you know, like that.
Mhm.
Like the superhero. Yeah, that's the name. And then you
Oh.
it was invented by the government, believe it or not, and it's out there now for everybody to use. And then because that Tor browser, what it does, it doesn't really use a specific, like it doesn't use your, like I have the Spectrum internet, it doesn't really use a Spectrum. It goes hiding from a Spectrum, and it uses servers that are illegally connected. So it's an illegal operation, the whole thing. But anyway,
Oh.
so this is the first image. We want, something related to the computer threats that we'll learn about. So one is no awareness of security. That's one of the causes that people don't know about security. So we can put a picture here. Okay, everybody done with the first one?
How do we make that picture bigger, Mr. Vasquez?
You can use the designer right here, Keith.
That's it.
Yeah, use the designer. Use the different arrangements. Pick the one you like. I like this one. I thought it was really nice.
Okay.
Pick the one you like. And that'll make it so easy. So we don't have to struggle moving things around. The designer will do it for you. All right, so on the next slide, no awareness of security. The user must be aware of sensitive data. So we can find something related to protecting data. So we go pictures, Bing pictures, and then protecting data. And I can switch to, I'm going here, there's a bunch of nice pictures. Look at, even this one, I like this one. The police protecting their verification of identity. So
We take longer deciding which one we're gonna pick.
oh, there's so many pictures, there's so much stuff related to nowadays.
Oh, man.
The attacks happen every day.
Mhm.
I like this one, protecting it. This one is good too.
Excuse me, Mr. Vasquez, what did you type in the search under Bing to find the picture?
I put protecting data.
Okay, thank you.
It's another one, data protection.
My designer is not pulling up anything. I'm afraid
You activated it or no? You can activate.
how would I?
Do you see anything on the side right here? Look at, do you see anything?
Mr.
Well-
Vasquez, mine said there's no more designer available for this month.
Okay, so you use all your designer. then
I did.
Next month, like those free games on the phone that you run out of credits and you have to pay
Yeah,
hours. That is funny.
I don't know. There were no certain amount that you can use.
I didn't know that either. Oh, so I picked two.
So it's not unlimited?
It depends, I think. It depends on certain things.
Oh my goodness.
Today I was gonna use it too, and it gave me the, I didn't find the correct picture I wanted. Checking the picture again. Somehow I didn't find it. When I click on the picture, it gave me a different one. So if I go clip art, let me see what I have on clip art. Oh, this one. There's another one. Look at all the spine eyes on this one. I like this one. This is nice. So this one will look at, it's giving me the option again. So like this one, look at how cool it looks.
That's nice.
It gave me that option. So I click on that option. It looks really
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I have any designs left on mine at all.
nice. Why, you know what?
Because it flashed up on my screen and it wanted me to go premium.
Oh, okay. So yeah, last time, remember, I was trying to do it and it gave me that. Well, today has been nice to me. Maybe it's been a month. I like this one. This is nice. Look at the slide 1 and the slide 2 looks so nice. Right, so it's protecting data. You know awareness of security. Users must be aware of sensitive data. Look at it. You have all the spine eyes looking at the computer, basically.
no, that's really nice.
Some countermeasures provided to protect information and information systems. So here, you know, just to enhance those two, I could bold these 2 words and just to make it look nice. So bold them and make them italics maybe to make them stand out. Yeah, like information and information system. So that's why companies more and more do these trainings. Last year, we had a training, but this year with COVID just threw everything out the window. So right now, we haven't done any trainings on that. But I remember last year it was a requirement. We had to pass this. That was like, I think it was like a 15 to 20 minute training on this, and then you have to take a quiz at the end. Right. So on the number 3 is data theft. And here, look at, I can just it gives me this option, so I can probably click it here. But if it gives me also, so if I have something, so I go right here. Data.
On the second one, all you put in was protecting data, right?
Yeah, protecting data. This is data theft. This one, data theft. I don't think I get it. They're all premium with this thing. Okay, let me take out the premium.
Number 3, what are you gonna do?
For number 2,
3.
it's protecting data. Just put data protection. Oh no, I'm sorry, data theft is for number.
Okay.
Not giving me that much. Let's see what this one is. This one is not the best. So let me see if I can find another one on Bing Pictures. Bing Pictures. A happy hacker here. Let me see, clip art. This guy fishing, look at this one. For fishing, remember when we did the one for fishing? When it was,
Yeah.
this one, I like this picture. I like little graphics. I think they look nice. Right?
Yeah.
Let me delete this one. Instead, I'm gonna use this one. And let me see if I still have the designer that will help me out with it. No. Designer didn't like what I did.
That's funny.
You like that I put it right here. think it's where I put it right here. I didn't like it. So let me do what I just did. So because right here it has all this. Once I put
Mhm.
no le gustó, I didn't like it. Oh yeah, no, it's giving me the thing. So I can use the other picture. But as long as I don't delete this one.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm gonna put the 2 then, I guess. And now it's giving it to me again. So I can choose one of these here.
You're still getting these off of clip art, right?
Yeah, it's all from the clip art. But this one, wow. If you look for data theft on, if you click look at class, what I did is you can click just on the little use the stock pictures and you get this one. Well, this one it was really nice. Look at
That came out really creative. Super nice.
it just sound like the screen background here. There's so many choices with the. I can spend hours using that the designer here. So number 1, number 2, number 3. Data theft by users can cost organizations financially, resulting in damage to an organization's reputation or posing a legal liability associated with disclosure of sensitive information. Sorry. Sorry. I wanted to show one video before we go today. It's all related to this, okay? All right, let me find the next picture. Unauthorized downloads. I'm sure we can find a picture for that. So we go big pictures and just put unauthorized downloads. See what comes up.
What was number 2 again?
Number 2 was data protection.
That's it. Thank you.
So no, I didn't see nothing on unauthorized downloads. So we can just put downloads, I guess, and see what we come up with.
Number 4.
Number 4 is gonna be downloads.
Okay.
I don't know, it doesn't really have nothing.
I've been looking for it.
Downloads and
Nothing.
doesn't show it.
Nothing.
No. Oh, just a picture of download. Just put download and it has pictures of download. Look. Show the one I got.
Better pictures?
Just a picture of a download, I guess, will do.
Okay.
See what this guy's gonna see. This guy goes with the colors for the picture. So let me find a picture that is different color instead.
No, it's actually coming perfect because it has the same patterns, kind of.
Yeah, it is on the same pattern. Let me see if I can find a picture that is. So just put the word download for that one, for that 4. Oh yeah, so here it is. So the first one I saw, I got. See now, I'm still doing it. Well, this is nice. There you see, and I'm using the this one. Well, I like this one better. I'm using the designer to do the designs. Okay. So there it is. This. What I did with the picture, I did what the how do we call it, the reflection on the bottom. Yeah, it's a reflection, and that's pretty good. Looks nice. So far 1, 2. So the first one was computer threats. The second one was data protection. Third was data theft, and the 4th was download.
Can you put each one of them real quick so I can take pictures?
On the slides.
Yeah.
Don't forget we had the video.
Okay, so number 1 done. Can you put number 2?
But
Done. Number 3. Thank you.
can we pick our own pictures though, Mr. Vasquez?
Of course, yeah. You're designing.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Doesn't have to be exactly like mine. It's the nice thing about creating a PowerPoint presentation is you design it. Well, in this case, I'm not even designing it. I'm letting the designer design it for me. You know, the AI, artificial intelligence, the computer is doing it. Actually, at one point, the computers are gonna take over the world. Like it happened in the movie. If you guys haven't seen the movie The Matrix, that's what the movie is about. The Matrix is about this utopic future where basically the machines take over the world because they figure humans are idiots. They're gonna destroy the planet, so we might as well take over the planet, over everything, and then put the humans to produce energy for us. So they put all these humans into little cocoons where they just plug into and they're being fed through a tube, and all they do is basically just live in those little cocoons, and by doing that they produce an energy to power the computers, and the computers created this fictitious world called the Matrix, where for them it was a reality, but in reality they were like in a dream. And it's a really interesting story. If you've never seen the movie, because most people they get distracted by the action and all the killings and all that. Has nothing to do with that. The whole thing is a group of computers who took over the world because humans were not really that bright. That was their argument. Like humans were going to destroy the planet, so they decided to take over.
Oh,
That's the Matrix is about. And the Matrix is this fictitious world or 3D world or animation or virtual reality world where humans think that everything is like fine. They don't see none of that stuff. It's behind the scenes for them until they take the pill, and they can see how exactly reality is. So every time they try to attack the computers and take over the planet again, they have to go into the Matrix and fight the computers there, and that's where all the fighting and action comes up. But the premises of the story are really nice. All right, so go to the last one, number 5. Unauthorized websites. Unauthorized websites can pose a risk to the user's data, devices, and organization. Many websites prompt their visitors to download scripts or plugins that contain malicious code or adware. Some of these sites can take over devices like cameras and applications, so they're a risk. So let's go ahead and put unauthorized websites, I guess.
Unauthorized what?
Websites. I'm gonna see what comes up. No, nothing comes up with that.
yeah, I've been looking for it and I'm,
Oh, and actually, this is nice. Error in page. Yeah, this is good. I like this one, but if you can find nothing, try websites only.
okay.
Okay, Microsoft, the picture isn't available anymore. Please choose another picture. Okay. The picture doesn't exist. Put an authorized website instead. Let's see what comes up. No. Oh, site block. This is a good one. Has been blocked by your organization. This is a good one. Look at. Chiquito ba na? Site block. Access to this website has been blocked by your organization. Something like that. The picture is too small, so it's kind of blurry. I probably need a bigger picture. So if you put maybe website blocked, it's better.
Website block.
That's how it gave me that one picture. But no, nothing comes up. It's hard to find. Oh, here it is, this one. It gave me this. This is a, I can delete this one. Go for my, look at that. What's kind of similar to the other one, just to make it a little slightly different. There it is. I like this one better. Even this one. So many options. Okay, I'm just gonna choose that one to have it more different. I really like this one. Or even this one. So this is really nice. So if you have the last picture, it's going to be an authorized website or
Mhm.
site, blog, one of the two, whichever you get. It's just a picture of a website not being allowed to get through. Have your 5 pictures. We just need to add the transitions. Once you have your 5 pictures, we go to transitions, and then you can pick any transition that you want. Usually the exciting transitions are the ones that do more stuff. Fine.
Oh God, I have not picked anything.
I'm gonna go 2. So you can put it at least 2 seconds.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm into all. And that should be it. I see that little star, so I can test my animation. My slideshow, I'm sorry.
Which transition did you pick, Mr. Vasquez?
I pick blinds, but for this, you can pick whichever you like.
Okay.
I like the blinds because like it's like a curtain moving, really nice. See, now this presentation can be shown to staff members at a company and explain, kind of like the video you saw in the video, how they were explaining all the things, all the threats and how the company was exposed. If even the some companies, I know districts and have that now that you have to have your ID to get in, and your ID opens the
Sorry,
the
Mr.
doors
Excuse
and.
me.
Mhm.
Which transition did I just found my pictures I liked? Which transitions did you pick?
I picked the blinds, and then I set
Oh,
2 seconds.
fine. Okay, thank you.
You can experiment with other transitions if you want to. Blinds, I haven't used it. That's why I try that.
2.0,
And then,
you put it, duration 2.0?
yeah, 2 seconds, and then apply to all. And
Yeah.
they're applied to all because you see the little star and all the numbers right below the numbers.
Okay, thank you.
And then don't forget to go to slideshow and then test it from the beginning to see how it works.
Thank you.
And it looks really professional when when using the designer, if we're able to use the designer. Even if you
Number 5, I'm sorry, number 5 was unauthorized website,
unauthorized websites or blocked sites,
blog sites.
either one of the two, then you get pictures related to that.
Thank you.
All right. This quick video is about 5 minutes before while you guys are doing your thing. I'm gonna play the video. Okay. These are the 5 most famous viruses that cause havoc all over the internet. Here we go. Let me bring this up as you guys are working on this thing. And then I put it here it is. So let me just start right here. There we go.
Excuse me, how many minutes? I'm sorry.
This episode of SciShow might make you a little paranoid about computer viruses and internet security, but
I'm sorry.
it's
Yeah,
probably
Lupita, I'm sorry. What was the question?
How many minutes?
Yeah, 2 seconds for the
Oh, 2 seconds? Okay, okay. Thank you.
transition. All right, let me. Yeah, the 2 means the seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this really quick here. Minimize that.
A good thing. When we talk about a computer virus, we usually mean any kind of code that's designed to do harm and spread itself to more computers. They're created by malicious programmers who might want to use your computer to attack other targets or make money by stealing your personal information. They could also just be trying to see how far their virus will spread. Different viruses can affect Windows, Mac, and Linux computers, and even the data servers that keep companies and the internet itself running. Antivirus programs help, but they can have trouble dealing with threats they've never seen before. Over the years, there have been thousands and thousands of viruses spread online, and they've caused billions of dollars of damage from lost productivity, wasted resources, and broken machines. A few dozen of those viruses stand out. Some spread especially quickly, or affected a lot of people, or created a ton of damage all by themselves. Some did all of the above. Since a lot of viruses were very bad in a lot of different ways, it's hard to pick out which ones were objectively the worst. But with that in mind, here are 5 of those extra destructive viruses. These are snippets of code that changed the way people thought about computer security, both the people designing the viruses and the people trying to protect against them. Say it's May 1999. You're an unsuspecting computer user who's never gotten a virus, let alone been trained to look for the signs that an email might be malicious. You get an email from someone you know with a subject line that says it's an important message. The message inside just says, here's that document you asked for. Don't show anyone else, with a winking emoticon. The attachment is a Word document labeled list. So you click on it because you're curious, and a lot of porn sites pop up. At this point, you realize the email was probably some kind of virus. But it's too late. The first 50 people in your address book have already gotten a copy of the exact same email with a subject line saying the message is from you. That was the Melissa virus. It spread through Microsoft's Outlook email program, and even though the attachment seemed like an innocent Word document, it was able to infect computers because of something called a macro. A macro is a specific kind of computer program that's used to create shortcuts. In Word, they're meant to make it easier to edit a document. Instead of manually making a set of changes to the document one by one, a macro is a piece of code that will let you do it all with one click. The problem is, that functionality gives macros a lot of power over your computer. So a macro that's actually a virus, like Melissa, takes advantage of that power using malicious code. In just a few days, Melissa spread to hundreds of thousands of computers. It didn't do any damage to the computers themselves, but it did make email services slow way down and cost companies about $80 million overall. Eventually, IT professionals and antivirus programs put safeguards in place to stop the virus, both by preventing the emails from sending and by keeping them from reaching other people's inboxes if they did send. The programmer behind the virus, David L. Smith, was caught about a week after Melissa was first released. He spent 20 months in prison and paid a $5,000 fine. Why Melissa? Apparently that was the name of a stripper he met in Florida. Melissa spread very quickly because of social engineering. It was designed to make people curious enough to open the attachment. The I Love You virus, which spread about a year later in May of 2000, was also successful because of social engineering. It reached about 45 million computers in just 2 days and caused about $10 billion in damage. The infected email had the subject line, I love you, and came with an attachment titled loveletterforyou.txt. When you clicked on the attachment, the virus would go through your system's files looking for media like documents, images, and audio files. It would then overwrite them with copies of itself, so if you didn't have your files backed up, you'd lose all your data. Meanwhile, the virus would send itself to everyone in your address book. I Love You was a type of virus called a worm, which means that it was a standalone program that didn't use a host program to run, the way Melissa used Microsoft Word. It looked like a text document, so opening it seemed relatively harmless, but the Love Letter for You file was actually a type of file called a Visual Basic script, which uses the file extension .vbs. Users couldn't see the VBS at the end of the file name, though, because the Windows operating system they were using was hiding file extensions by default. Visual Basic scripts send your computer a list of instructions to execute. So if they're meant to cause harm, they can be very dangerous and do things like delete all of your files. Like Melissa, the I Love You worm was mostly contained after a few days. It was filtered out of people's inboxes and companies released fixes for machines that had been infected. But plenty of damage had already been done. The virus was attributed to two but even though they were both arrested, they were released because at the time, there weren't any laws against what they'd done. I Love You showed just how easily and quickly a worm could spread and how much damage it could do. On January 25th, 2003, just before 6 a.m., the internet broke. South Korea lost both internet and cell phone service. 300,000 people in Portugal couldn't connect to the internet. Airlines couldn't process tickets and had to cancel flights. Bank ATMs went down. 911 in Seattle had to start using paper to log calls. Even for a lot of devices that were still connected to the internet, the connections had become suddenly very slow, even by 2003 standards. So what happened? As you can probably guess by now, all of this chaos was caused by a virus, but it wasn't the kind of virus that spreads through email or infects the sort of computer most people have at home. Slammer was a one that targeted SQL servers, which stored databases using a piece of Microsoft software called Microsoft SQL Server. It worked by taking advantage of a bug in the software. It sent the server a specially formatted piece of code, one that looked like it was just an ordinary request for information, but actually reprogrammed the server to send out more copies of the same worm. The worm spread faster than any other virus ever had, infecting 75,000 servers in just 10 minutes. Those servers were all sending requests to thousands of other servers, which couldn't handle all the traffic. In all, millions of servers were affected, and the internet went kaput for a while. Slammer is thought to have caused about $1.2 billion in damage before it was stopped, and the programmer behind it was never caught. The whole mess could have been prevented, though. 6 months earlier, Microsoft released a fix for the bug that Slammer exploited, but lots of people just hadn't installed it yet. The 2007 storm worm was another worm that spread through email, but its purpose wasn't to destroy your computer or information. It wanted to take over your computer instead. The original subject line read, 230 dead as storm batters Europe, which is where the virus gets its name. But instead of an attachment, the email contained a link to a website, which promptly downloaded the virus onto the user's machine. And then nothing happened. Or at least nothing the user could see. Stormworm was designed to be as invisible as possible, so that you wouldn't detect and destroy it. This way, it was able to use your computer to do all kinds of stuff in the background. The virus would connect your machine to what's known as a botnet, a collection of computers that form a network. A botnet can do all kinds of things, from launching coordinated attacks that slow down or disable web servers that keep a company going, to stealing passwords, banking, and identity information. But at first, the network didn't actually do very much. It just grew. Antivirus and IT companies knew it was there, but it was hard to stop it. For one thing, different machines in the network had different jobs. Only a small fraction of infected computers were in charge of spreading the virus. Another small set of computers served as the command and control centers, which sent out instructions and helped control the rest of the botnet. The rest just followed those instructions. So even if you shut down most of the computers spreading the virus, the network would still be out there doing its thing. But it was hard to stop Stormworm from spreading in the first place. Sure, it started out as an email about a storm in Europe, but soon there were emails with all kinds of different headlines. And since they were coming from someone in your address book, they seemed relatively innocent. To make matters worse, antivirus programs had trouble finding the virus on an infected machine. The code for Stormworm was designed to change every half hour, so it always looked different. At its peak, the Stormworm botnet consisted of about 1.5 million machines. The programmers didn't seem to be using it for anything nefarious, though. They just sold the network to other criminals and scammers. After a while, companies did figure out how to stop the virus from spreading. They removed it from infected machines, and by late 2008, the botnet was mostly gone. But like with Slammer, the people behind it were never caught. Nebroot is also a virus that slowly started to spread in 2007, and its main goal was also to hook you up to a botnet called Torpig. Both are especially sophisticated. Nebroot usually gets into your computer via a drive-by download, where you visit a malicious web page and the program downloads in the background without you even knowing it. From there, it overwrites what's known as the master boot record, the part of your computer's hard drive that stores the instructions that tell your computer how to start up. Being able to control the master boot record gives Nebroot a lot of power, because it can tell your computer what to do right from the start. And what it tells your computer is to connect to the Torpig botnet, which then steals all of your information. Torpig uses a spying technique known as man in the browser, which is as creepy as it sounds. It lurks in your browser, logging everything you do and any private information you happen to enter. It'll also try to actively steal information using fake websites that look and behave exactly like the originals, but send the data to the Torpig servers instead. And all the while, you'd never know it was there. By late 2008, Torpig had stolen info connected to 500,000 bank accounts. And again, the people who created it haven't been caught. I know you might be wondering whether a worm will make the internet go down tomorrow, or whether your computer is secretly part of a botnet, and I don't really blame you. There are things you can do to avoid getting viruses. Install an antivirus program. Don't click on suspicious links or emails from Nigerian princes. Keep your operating system and computer programs updated with the latest security patches. Computers are amazing, but they just do what they're told, and when viruses tell them to do bad things, it can create a lot of damage. Thanks for watching this episode of SciShow, brought to you by our patrons on Patreon. If you want to help support the show, just go to patreon.com/SciShow, and don't forget to go to youtube.com/SciShow and subscribe.
All right, so there you have it, guys. This is a really interesting video about all these infections that are around. All right, so we save it. We're good. We have all the 5 slides, and it's about 8.
What was the last one again? To pull up the picture?
The last one, the last picture was an unauthorized website.
Unauthorized website. And you got that also from the clip art?
Yeah, from the clip. No, from the regular art. I didn't clip on clip art. It just gave me this right away. I just picked this one.
Okay, thank you. Unauthorized website or website?
I think I put website only.
Okay.
websites.
And what was the name of the file, Mr. Vasquez?
You save it as common user threats.
Okay. Common
User threat.
user threats.
And that's pretty good.
Thank you so much for all the information. I wasn't aware of all this stuff. I mean, I was aware a little because my husband tells me there's viruses, but
All the things that happen.
serious.